There was once a poor farmer named Ethan. He lived in a quiet little village, tucked between wide fields and rolling hills. His house was nothing more than a small hut, with a roof that leaked whenever it rained and a floor made only of hard earth. It was humble, almost bare, but inside lived his greatest treasure, his wife, Olivia. Every morning before the first light touched the horizon, Ethan woke up. His hands were rough, his back often sore, but he rose with a smile because he loved Olivia more than life itself. From sunrise to sunset, he worked tirelessly in the fields, planting, plowing, harvesting, no matter if the sun burned or the rains poured. Olivia, however, lived differently. She stayed home but didn't bother much with cooking or cleaning. Most of her time was spent sitting before a small mirror, brushing her long hair, applying oils and creams, admiring her own reflection. Ethan never complained, but sometimes, as he left for the fields, he would say softly, "Come with me, Olivia. I could use your help today." She would only laugh lightly, lifting her delicate hands for him to see. "Your hands are made for work, Ethan," she replied. "Mine are made for beauty." Ethan sighed but said no more. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Their life was hard but steady. Yet one evening, as they sat eating their simple meal, Olivia's voice broke the silence. She pushed her food away and said sharply, "I'm tired of this life. Look at me, I am beautiful. I deserve something better. Why don't you earn more? Buy me dresses, perfumes, jewels? Everyone in the village whispers about how poor we are. Do you not see how shameful it is?" Ethan lowered his eyes. "I'm doing the best I can," he said quietly, his voice heavy with exhaustion. "It's not enough," Olivia muttered coldly, turning away. That night, Ethan could not sleep. From the next day onward, he worked even harder. After the fields, he carried heavy sacks at the marketplace, repaired broken fences for neighbors, and did any task that earned him even a single coin. His hands bled, his body ached, yet every evening he brought what little money he could home. But Olivia never asked about his day, nor about his pain. The only words she had for him were, "Did you bring money?" One morning, Olivia did not rise from bed. Her face was pale, her body weak. "Ethan," she whispered, her voice thin, "I feel so tired." Terrified, Ethan rushed to fetch medicine, though he could barely afford it. He sat by her side, feeding her, holding her trembling hand, hoping she would recover. Days passed, but her strength faded like a candle in the wind. One night, as the moonlight spilled across their room, Olivia called softly, "Ethan." He hurried to her side. She gave him the faintest smile, her lips trembling. "I am so tired," she whispered. And before he could speak, her hand slipped from his. Her eyes closed. She was gone. Ethan's world shattered. He did not eat, did not sleep. For days he sat by her still body, his eyes hollow, his heart broken. Neighbors came, urging him gently, "It is time to bury her." "No," Ethan whispered. "I cannot. Not yet." That night, he stepped outside, lifted his tear-streaked face to the stars, and cried, "Gods, if you are listening, help me. Bring her back. I will give anything, anything at all." The next morning, Ethan made a desperate choice. He sold everything they owned, his tools, his animals, even their pots and blankets. With the money, he bought a small wooden boat. Carefully, he placed Olivia's body inside and pushed it onto the wide river. "I will find the land of the gods," he vowed. "They can bring her back." He rowed for days and nights. Storms battered him, scorching sun burned his skin, and thick fog blinded him. Yet he never stopped. His hands blistered and bled, but still he rowed, whispering Olivia's name to keep his strength. One morning, the fog finally lifted. Before him rose a towering mountain, its peak piercing the clouds. Ethan's heart leapt. "This must be the place," he said. He carried Olivia's body up the steep path. His legs trembled, his breath came in gasps, but he did not stop. Halfway up, he saw an old man sitting calmly on a rock. "You must be a god," Ethan said, bowing. The old man's eyes sparkled. Why have you come? With tears, Ethan told him everything: Olivia's beauty, her illness, her death, and his long journey. The old man nodded slowly. You are a good husband, Ethan. But tell me, why do you want her back? Ethan's voice broke. She is everything to me. Please, bring her back. The old man thought for a long moment. Then he said, very well. I will tell you a secret. If you drop 3 drops of your blood into her mouth, she will live again. But remember this: if she does wrong, remind her she lives only because of your blood. Without hesitation, Ethan cut his finger. 3 drops of blood fell onto Olivia's lips. Her eyes fluttered open, and she drew in a deep breath. Where am I? She whispered. Ethan wept with joy, embracing her. You're back. That is all that matters. They returned to the river together. But now, they had nothing: no home, no food, no money. Olivia looked around their empty boat, and a shadow crossed her face. How will he buy me anything now? She thought bitterly. When they stopped at a busy port, Ethan left to buy food. Olivia sat alone on the boat, watching the bustling harbor. Children laughed, merchants shouted prices, and the smell of spices and bread filled the air. She sighed, feeling restless. That was when a rich man noticed her. He was tall and confident, dressed in fine silks with golden rings glittering on his fingers. He stopped at the dock, staring at her beauty. With a smooth smile, he said, You are very beautiful. Why sit here alone? Come with me. I can give you everything you desire. Olivia's heart raced. She thought of the poor hut, of hard labor, of empty nights. Then she imagined fine clothes, soft beds, and luxury without end. She did not think of Ethan's love or his sacrifice. Quietly, she rose, stepped off the boat, and followed the rich man onto his grand ship. Together, they sailed away. When Ethan returned, Olivia was gone. He searched the port desperately, asking everyone, but no one knew. His heart broke again. A year passed. One day in the marketplace, Ethan saw her. She was dressed in silk, her arms heavy with jewels, her face glowing with beauty. He walked up to her and pleaded, Olivia, come home. She laughed cruelly. Home with you? I have everything I want now. Ethan's voice trembled. Remember, you live only because of 3 drops of my blood. She smirked. So, do you want them back? Before he could answer, she pricked her finger with a jeweled pin. 3 drops of blood fell to the ground. At once, her body convulsed. Her face turned pale, her hands shook, and she gasped for air before collapsing. But something strange happened. Her body shrank. Her arms twisted into tiny wings. Her mouth stretched into a sharp needle. She had become the first mosquito. And from that day on, mosquitoes fly at night, searching for human blood, still longing to be beautiful again. Sparkles, if you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe.